Because harmony requires that all parties are treated well. Okay, harmony requires that there is peaceful coexistence between two or more parties. And harmony cannot be realized if there is a dispute in any way. So, in this regard, especially coming from the top down, harmony is one of the biggest tenets of Chinese life and Chinese living. Of course, there will be conflict. Of course, there will be disputes between people, but there will always be a central figure to balance out whatever kind of dispute that there is. There will always be some kind of conflict resolution in that situation. So, in terms of your safety, you should understand that people don't want to rattle the cage. People don't want to create dispute. I mean real dispute. Of course there's disputes between people on a daily basis that happen here. Of course they shout at each other. You know, they have arguments, they have fights. But they will never want to actually cross that barrier. I would say it's a barrier of no return, because if you cross that barrier, then your life will be significantly impacted. And so that ideal of harmony and coexistence is a central tenet of Chinese culture you should try to understand. Here's some snacks. You know, in China they have Lay's, Oreos, they have all the stuff that they have anywhere else. Just if you didn't know that, if you thought everyone was just living in a village. And so the last thing I want to mention is the treatment of foreigners and the hospitality mindset for most Chinese people. Most Chinese people, like most East Asian countries, want to put on a face, you know, a very good face in front of foreign visitors. This is part of the culture as well. They don't want to show any kind of resentment or any kind of conflict, any kind of negativity in front of foreign guests. Because they believe that it's their duty. It comes down to duty in showing that they can put on a good face to the outside world, to anybody who visits China. And they take this very seriously because Chinese hospitality and the treatment of foreigners is taken very seriously. Usually, in most circumstances, they will try very hard to treat you the best that they can. And to do this, they will, you know, take you to different places, show you around, show you their culture, treat you to food, of course. And so this idea of treating foreigners with a high regard is instilled in most Chinese ideology, in their mindset. Okay, I can't speak for everyone, but from my own experiences, what I've experienced myself, the way that Chinese treat foreign guests, if you want to make the distinction between race or whatnot, you could do that, talking about white, how they treat white people, black people, other Asians, so on. But I'm just speaking generally. Chinese people treat the foreigners in their own country pretty well, in fact. You know, maybe they hold on to some racist ideology in their mind. But when coming face to face with a foreigner, in any usual, normal situation that doesn't require disputes or arguments, they will treat you with respect. They will treat you with high regard. Because there's another part of Chinese culture where they don't know exactly who you are or what you represent. And this is going to be in my next video or another video I make. Who you represent, who you are part of, plays a huge role in your interactions as well. So I hope you learned something about my perspective on China. And if you're interested in more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. And I would love to hear feedback from you as well. So drop a comment. I'll see you in the next one.